Emily, can I get a note? Brown paper packages tied up with string.
Yeah, very nice.
One of Julie Andrews' favorite things and one of the best ways to wrap your gifts if you're trying to be more environmentally friendly.
Yeah, the holidays can bring their fair share of waste, from gift wrap to cards, boxes, and bows, and every color imaginable of tissue paper. But it doesn't all have to go in the trash. I sat down with Terry Weber from the American Forest and Paper Association to talk about ways to celebrate sustainably.
This is a really fun time of year. Of course, unwrapping all of those holiday presents is something that everyone looks forward to, but that can come with, a lot of extra waste if we're not careful. So why is it so important to think about recycling in holiday times?
Well, I represent the paper industry. We work specifically with America's paper mills, and this is a relatively new development, but about half of the fiber supply that we use comes from recycled fiber, in addition to the wood fiber we source from the sustainably managed forests here in North America. So it's a really important source when you think about all the products we make, from cardboard boxes to cereal boxes and other types of paper-based food packaging, to tissue products and hygiene products. Recycled fiber is a very important fiber source for all of those products. And so it's really important that we keep those resources in use rather than having them go to a landfill.
Yeah, absolutely. So as we're putting all of those final bows and packages together right now, folks are thinking about this. What are some of the things to be thinking about before you go ripping all those gifts open to set yourself up for recycling as much as you can of your holiday packaging?
Well, the most important thing is do take the time to recycle. We're very fortunate in Oregon to have wide access to recycling. Most households will have a recycle bin, and we have a lot of paper mills in the region that rely on recycled fiber as an important source of fiber to make new products. So taking the time to break down your boxes. Our rule for boxes is empty, flatten, recycle, so that you can fit more of them in the bin, as many of them as you can, and not have any of them spill over into the trash. That's especially important this time of year. And then getting them all bundled up and out on the curb and ready for collection, every week. And then with other products, especially around the holiday season, we get lots of fun stuff, things with glitter and ribbons, and all of that pretty wrapping paper. But you have to be really careful with, particularly with, paper products, multi-materials. And, in those green cards that have batteries, batteries are not something we'd like to see in the recycling stream. And then with ribbons and bows and wrapping paper, material that has plastic in it or metal in it, that can be a real challenge to recycle too. So the rule of thumb that we follow with wrapping paper is bundle it up in a nice tight ball. If it stays in a nice tight ball, then it's a paper-based wrapping paper. If it wants to expand from there, it's probably got some kind of metal or foil in it that's going to present a challenge in the recycling process.
Yeah, interesting. I had not heard of that test before, but it's a great point, because when it comes to recycling wisely, sometimes knowing what can't go in the recycling is just as important as what can. I mean, why is it so important to make sure that we're only putting the recyclable materials in our recycling bins?
Well, it's really important because from your household, that's going to be taken to a facility that we refer to in the industry as a material recovery facility, where it gets sorted. And some of the sorting is automation, some of the sorting is done by hand. But when you put material in there that can't be recycled, you're increasing costs for everyone. So, we pay our monthly rates for recycling, and, we want to make sure that those costs continue to be reasonable. And so it's really important that you not generate extra costs in the system by putting material in there that can't be recycled.
Sure. What are some of the best practices for folks to make sure they understand their community's recycling guidelines and know what they can and can't send out to the curb?
The big thing is to pay attention to the communications from your local government. Recycling is something that's run by your local government. So whether you're looking at the guidelines for the city of Portland or Tigard or Beaverton or Milwaukee or wherever it is that you live, recycling can be a little bit different depending on which jurisdiction you're in. So it's really important to pay attention to those guidelines. They tend to be pretty clear in terms of what can and can't go in the bin.
All right, Terry, I'm curious, when it comes to wrapping your holiday gifts, do you tend to go more paper or gift bag? What do you choose?
Oh, we do a good mix of both, but I am really careful when I'm choosing a paper bag. I want to make sure it is paper and it doesn't have those cloth handles or anything like that. My son is very much into recycling. And so we want to make sure that the materials that we select for that can go in the bin when we're done with them.
Yeah, that's some good advice for a sustainable and happy holiday. Terry, thanks so much and happy holidays to you.
Thanks. You too.
So many rules.
I know, but it's one of those things to think about if you are out, buying some gift wrap last minute. Maybe look for the stuff that does have paper that can be recycled and keep it a little more sustainable.
Yeah, and if you flip your grocery bag inside out, it kind of looks pretty cool.
Hey, there you go.
All right, time now is 8:14. Up next on AM Extra, it's considered one of the